Welcome back. Now what we're going to do is head out of our place of worship and head into the game. So you move through with bonfires, and we're going to travel to the high wall of Lothric Castle. And it might be worth pausing for a second just to remember what castles are. And again, with our Macbeth cosplay, when we're thinking about the 11th century, or, you know, almost a millennia ago, in fact, a millennia ago, we know that castles started in the 9th and 10th century, so they've only been around for 100 years when Macbeth is kicking around. And castles were fortified structures, not palaces. Palaces have been around forever. Palaces are where people kind of just live and hang out and chat. Now, before we go further into this, let's have a look at where we've landed here. Like a grate, like a sewer grate, but almost looks like it should have been a fire. And perhaps if we look around, another place of worship. And we go, Béziers there that could have been full. Tapestries that once promised glory. So this is almost like a Queen's Chapel, almost like the special quiet place for super wealthy people. And you can see up there, we've got our gargoyles wearing crowns. Kings, lords. There are some more lords. Lords as gargoyles. And so over here, it's been boarded up. We can see the sunshine outside and we can see that it's boarded up. And there, the remnants of a coiled sword and the remnants of a worship, a basin. So we've come from church to church and we're transgressing through the soul. High wall of Lothric Castle. Now that looks pretty spectacular over there. And you can see the pointed minarets almost. If we look at the shape of that minaret there, we're going to see some helmets worn by one of the bad guys. It looks very similar to that. In fact, it's the bad guy who's going to give us the wolf sword. And you can, there's a better one. You can see there that shape is very much unique. It hasn't got it's got that kink there that shouldn't happen. All right, we're on the high wall of a castle. Castles, that means if we're at the high wall, we're at the last defended spot. And we have a look down here and it looks pretty nasty. We can hear all sorts of creatures, we can look around, we can summon evil people. We'll light the bonfire. Now we have a job to do here, we're on a mission, we're not going to stuff about just yet. That is a summon sign for an evil person. So if it's red, you're summoning someone in who's part of an evil covenant. And we're going to talk about covenants a bit later on. And around here, you can see furniture from inside a castle just casually flung out here. Now most of this stuff you can break. A nice satisfying crunch as you roll through it. We can see also bodies on spikes, sinners, evil people placed on pikes, and they've started to grow into them. That whoosh sound you heard means that there are other people here who want to be summoned in. So there's a person there with a great axe, and there's another knight just like us. Alright, we're going to sneak down here, and you can have a look down there. We've got some evil dogs, some wavy-handed mongrels, and this guy here, waiting, just hanging around, being annoying. Now we're going to roll down to the side. We've got two dogs which are frightfully painful. We're going to try and bring them up. The problem with the dogs is, when you hit them, they fly away, and then they move back. See, they fly all the way away. It's woken that guy up. And we're going to get him. Now we can see big halberd guy there. We're going to have to take him out because he is particularly nasty. Backstab if you can. Worth hanging around at the end of the backstab just to try and grab the spiky hit. And we'll take out a few of these guys just so they don't come back on us. Okay, now while we're doing that, we can see down there, there's going to be another nasty. He's going to come up on us. So what we'll do is, we will do a drop-down attack on him. Oh, he hit us. Mongrel. Alright, we got whacked by him, which kind of hurt, but we'll take out this guy. And we'll grab the shiny, which is a nice soul. Whenever you pick up souls, remember they give you souls. We can't open that yet. We'll be able to open that in a bit. Okay. The objective up here is to run up, grab the bow and arrow, and run back. And it'll become really clear as to why, because that guy over there is going to turn into something nasty. We don't want that nasty thing to come after us. We want to be able to take out the nasty with our bow and arrow, basically, because it's huge and annoying. You can almost see it there. See if we can shoot him through the minaret. Oh, brilliant shot. So if you hold the left arrow, you get to... And we're going to shoot him from a distance because, although that shot was brilliant, none of the other ones have been. There we are. None of these are hitting, which I think seems a bit unfair. It's not going to let me. There we are. Oh, for some reason, glitch of the game, it's going to let me shoot the area where there isn't a blob. It's not going to let me shoot the area where there is a blob. These are abyss monsters. They're really powerful, and they're the kinds of things you want to hit from a distance. They're susceptible to fire, so if you're a pyromancer, you can get rid of them pretty quickly with fire. It's almost like they're made of tar. And again, we have that beautiful little allusion to, you know, castles and tar, and what's in the abyss is tar. So let's get him out of there. And we've got a few bad guys up here. Sadly, it's worth killing them because you might get a Titanite shard out of some of them. We'll pick up a shard and an ember from the abyss monster, which we want. We're going to take out all these little dodgy parishioners, just in case. Now, as it turns out, none of them are offering anything, which is a shame after all that slaughter. Alright, down we go. And there's somebody there saying, would you like a bit of help? No thanks. At the moment I think we're fine. We're fine. Okay, now you can see that we have used a little bit of our health. Not a lot though. Should still be okay. Let's take a small amount of... Should we go and get that guy and get a bit of help and show you some jolly cooperation? Do I want jolly cooperation? Let's get jolly cooperation. Let's go get him. See if he's still there. The way you get jolly cooperation happening, and we'll be doing that throughout the game because I think it's one of the most fun things in the game. There are rules of etiquette, of course, about it, and you want to do your best to stick to those rules of etiquette. Oh, he's gone. Someone else wants that help for that abyss monster. So he's decided he's going to be the abyss monster expert, which is fair enough, perfectly reasonable. Now we're probably going to get invaded because there are a few people out there who like to invade really early level folk like us. But usually around bonfires is where people drop their signs. So we'll take a little break and we'll see if any signs have turned up. No signs. Alright, we're going to keep going then. There's one. Alright, so let's bring in Guild Chan. And what happens is you click on their sign, that's their sign there, and it says Summoning Phantom. So now it means we're summoning the person in. Now if you stand over the sign, you get a kind of picture as to what they look like. So you can do a little bit of choosing and saying, oh, Pyromancer, you know, is that useful? it can be very helpful to bring people in, because very often we'll do the same thing. You put your sign down because what you want is just to collect some souls. So when you're being summoned, you get all the souls for all the kills that happen while you're there. Now, when you summon someone in, it makes the game harder. So the enemies are harder to kill, etc., etc. That's fine. I'm going to let her do a bit of the slaughter. I'll pick up the soul, take him out. She didn't do much in the way of killing. Take him out. Take him out. Take him out. Again, there's a chance that they drop Titanite, so it's worth taking them all to the cleaners, because they may drop Titanite, and if they do at this stage in the game, it's really, really helpful. It's quite a while till we get to our own Titanite. Alright. Okay. No more. Oh, there's one up there. Let's go up and see if he'll drop some. My summoner's buggered off. I know they're... Alright. No. Yeah, I know how to play. Let's go in. She's taken out that guy. She's taken out those guys, because they're the only aggressive ones. But I'm killing everybody here because I want the Titanite. She knows that now. Maybe she's worked out. Now remember with summoning that you don't actually even know what language the other people speak. You don't know what country they're from or anything like that. Now we picked up binoculars, which are very helpful. Less so in this game, unfortunately, than in Dark Souls 2. But in Dark Souls 2, they were very helpful. You could equip them and use them to aim spells and things like that. Now, I thought that was a wonderful mechanic that they got rid of, probably out of pique, because it was a mechanic that the new director for Dark Souls 2 had, that the director of Dark Souls 1 didn't have. And I suspect that he just went, we're not doing it, and took it out. Which was, you know, oh well. A little bit of a bugger. Certainly changed, as far as I'm concerned, the dynamic of spell use, because it makes it just really thoroughly annoying to aim spells. You have to just do it kind of, you know, without any help whatsoever. We can jump down here, and as we go through this little area here on the right, there's the soul. Very often. Alright, now here we have to run because there's a fire-breathing dragon. So just run anyway and open up the door. And you will get followed by a few bad guys, depending on your luck as to which ones. We'll see which ones make it through. Did my partner make it through? No. There we go. So a few of those guys made it through. That guy hasn't. Oh, I see. I can get you, but you can't get me. I like this. I like this game. Oh. I can stab you, but you can't stab me, huh? There we go. Just drop it. Ah, how hopeless. Didn't drop it. Now, we can actually sneak around to the side there, which we might just try and do. Let's just try that. Oh! See if we can do it. I'm on. Made it. Now, if you get to here, the dragon can't actually breathe fire past this point. So, we can shoot him. And we're going to do that. We're going to shoot him in the finger. And the reason is that... And you have to put about 50 in there, unfortunately. Blue Mountain's Blend Coffee. You can't beat it. So... He's making quite a racket. You know, dragons, they're a whiny bunch. He's up there, you can see his face. Interesting dragon, Celtic dragons, which have almost Chinese faces. Now, because we bought all those arrows, we got a good chance of actually putting some in there. I want all the shinies that are here, not least of which is my fantastic sword that we're going to use for a fair whack of the playthrough as part of our little Celtic cosplay. And while we're sort of slowly whittling him down, you can see his health bar up there, 55. Each time I'm hitting him for 55. In the initial version of the game, you used to be able to kill him entirely at this point and get a few thousand souls, which was not insubstantial. Throwback to previous Dark Soul game where there was a way to cheese a dragon and get a fantastic sword. So it is something I think they want you to be able to do, to use your cunning to kill the dragon. But we won't be doing that. All we're going to do is whittle him down. Usually he gets to about a third, and I do it in arrows. You can, usually about 50 arrows. So anyone now? One more maybe. Oh, well, there we go. One more. And one more. And there we go. Well, and you get a large Titanite shard. Now that's impossibly helpful because Titanite shards gradate. They go from shards to large shards to chunks, and you can't use them. You can't collect them, sorry, until way more down there. So we picked up our claymore, picked up a large soul, and we'll pick up the stuff that's lying around here. We got a club, we got an ember. Now, I don't know where my summoner's gone. Oh, there. Okay, he's over there. He's been doing stuff. What's he doing? Oh, there he is. Come on. Yeah, I hear you. You went that way because you're a totes coward. Come in here and open up. All right. We're going to go up top first. And did he kill the knight? Oh, he must have killed the knight because the knight's not here. So come through here. On the left there'll be a thief. Alright. What's he doing battle with? I have no idea. He's not particularly useful. He didn't follow me where I wanted him to follow me. So, let's light our bonfire. Before we do anything else, let's pop around the side here and grab another Titanite shard. And now let's pop down. He's dead? He's dead. Alright. Guild Chan is dead, and I think we'll leave it there and pop back to Firelink Shrine.